Greetings and salutations, my stitchy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good, I hope. So good. I am so excited to start. I know a bunch of you are already done with this one, but I'm just beginning it. And I just have this love affair with lupines. Sorry. A little bit of a runny nose this morning. Okay, so I am going to, I know Valerie will have a cow, but I'm just going to lay my fabric out and stick my pattern down. She thinks I should iron my fabric, and I probably should, but I often don't. Which one is better there? That's about the same. Anyway, here we go. Cutting my name off. Boo! Okay. Make sure you have a big drink to drink this morning. You need to keep hydrated. I was reminded, Carmen and I went on a little field trip yesterday, a little road trip, and we're both big water drinkers. So we, let's see. We drank lots of water on the way up, and good morning, Brenda. And we went in. Then we went to lunch, and oh my gosh, we went to this town called Cottonwood, and it's oh my gosh, dude, it's just lovely. It's just full of like funky little boutiques, and it's just an artsy kind of town. And there was find my grays and my scissors. There was we ate lunch at this place called Crema, C-R-E-M-A, and oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even describe how delicious the food was there. Good morning, Lisa. Oh my gosh, Lisa, I can't wait for you to meet Carmen. I told her all about you on our ride up to Cottonwood yesterday, and I said, you're just gonna love her. I promise, you're just gonna love her. I'm using another one of my tulip needles. They're number 8, and they're sharps, and I really like them. And they they come in this cute little test tube with a cork. But I also like the Adornit needles too. Anyway, here we go. So now I can't remember. Did I do dark gray? Was dark gray my Just one sec. I might have to go look for something to see which gray. Okay, I got it. Dark gray is the outline. I gotta remember, dark gray is the outline, which makes perfect sense, right? But let's do the diagonals in the corner first. So anyway, she and I eat similar breakfasts. We're kind of plain eaters. We just had toast and eggs, but here's the thing. My toast and eggs came with bacon. And this bacon, I am just here to tell you, that bacon was it had, oops, it had, it was sweet with maple syrup, but it also had a little bit of red pepper flakes. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can, and then it's bacon, for crying out loud. Holy tamale, it was so delicious. I can't even describe how delicious that bacon was. It was, and you know what? It came with 3 strips of bacon, and they were huge. And you know what? I ate every stinking one of them. It was so delicious. Anyway, and Carmen had chorizo sausage. Stop it. It was so good. Anyway, so I know that Brenda, you're all done with Lupine, aren't you? I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are, because you're Brenda. You're a faster stitcher than I. Anyway, I was thinking about Lupine this morning, and some people call it Lupin. Some people call it, what do they call it in Texas? What do they call it in Texas, Brenda? Is it blue bonnets or bluebells? Blue bonnets. Anyway, okay, I'm doing this one with a double. I think I'm kind of digging that. They're just, and I've seen them all over North America. Bluebells, lupine. I first saw them, I first became familiar with them on Sugar Island, obviously, because, you know, my mom loved the wildflowers on Sugar Island, and so I loved the wildflowers on Sugar Island. My sister and I just loved them. Anyway, but then I started to see them all over the place. Good morning, Valerie. I started to see them, you know, in my travels. Like I had my picture taken in the bluebells or the blue bonnets, whatever, of Texas. And Keely and I and 5 of our other friends went on a girls' trip to the Atlantic coast of Canada. We went to New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Brenda. Oh my gosh. You know what's so crazy about that, Brenda? I have another friend who's just recovering from that same surgery. She was playing pickleball and fell and broke her wrist. And it was her left wrist also. Weird. And I have another friend who had that surgery like a couple of years ago because she did the same thing. She fell and broke her wrist. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that happened to you. I bet it just stinks to just be, you know, slow down. Our Brenda, slow down. That stinks. Oh, anyway, so when we were in Nova Scotia, I can't tell you how many lupines we saw on the sides of the road, like not just a few splattered around. It was, hi Nancy, it was like giant patches of them. They were so stunning. So that's why I posted the picture of them this morning, and that was some from Nova Scotia. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. And I know they're in the, I've seen them in the Arizona desert. I'm sure they're in the high desert of California and Nevada. They're just this flower that's just so hardy and abundant wherever it is, you know? I just love them. I just love them. So when I look at them, I think about that. I think about like all the places I saw them and how they were just as beautiful in every spot I've seen them. So be on the lookout for them in your travels. I saw I got some seeds for some on that trip to Canada that I have not planted yet. So I need to look up and see what the best time of year to plant them in my zone is. I'm anxious to see them in my own yard. How cool would that be? So my roadside sunflowers are coming up. They're about that tall, maybe an inch tall right now. But I think I told you guys, our lawn people didn't see my, I should have put up a little fence or something there, and I didn't, to show that I had planted something there, and I wasn't home when they came. And they overseeded the front yard. That's what they do in Arizona to grow winter grass. And so they put manure all over our front yard, which my sunflowers love, but they also put grass seed all over there. So I need to go and do a little weeding of the grass that's growing amongst them. But oh my gosh, I kind of like the idea of them coming through the grass, I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave them alone. But I'm anxious for them to come up, But I do need to put some kind of a barrier up there so when Jesus comes, he knows to not cut the grass over there. You know what I mean? So you guys, tonight is the supermoon, the Beaver Moon. And I was thinking about it. So like I said, Carmen and I went on this road trip yesterday. Right after class, she had her husband drop her off, and then we just headed north. And we didn't get home until like 7:30 last night. Anyway, we, as we were leaving Cottonwood, you guys, the moon was, because, when you're driving in Arizona at night and you're up in the rural areas, it's so pretty. And Arizona's such a funny state. The higher north you get, the more, like if you get to Flagstaff, you see full-on pine trees. But Cottonwood has a little bit of trees, but as you go south on the freeway, you start to just see desert, just saguaros in the desert, from on the sides of the highway. Anyway, so that moon shone big and bright last night. So, and we were talking about that tonight was the supermoon, but it was pretty big and bright last night, let me just tell you. And then I did a little research on it, and did you know that it's super big and bright because it appears larger because of the proximity of its proximity to Earth. And how interesting is this? It's around 100% illumination, and that's why it appears full from our view. Interesting, right? I love all that stuff. I love finding out all that stuff. I was reading a Mending Beautifully. You know I love her. And she was talking about, I know, Valerie, I do need to put up a sign or a little fence or something. You're right. Because the grass is coming in really nice. And so I want my sunflowers to be, up close and personal. Oh, everybody take a drink. I want them to be big and beautiful in that little corner of my yard. So anyway, what was I just saying? Oh, Mending Beautifully. So she was talking about how miracles, seeing miracles at work. And you don't need to look any further than your backyard or out your window or from your porch or whatever. To just be aware of what you're looking for. Do you know what I mean? So she talked about that it's, the time of year it is now. We're a brand new month, and that's always exciting, right? But we're entering the darkest time of year, November on. It starts to get darker, and, you know how the winter is. Anyway, she talked about that you can see miracles at work. That even though you might only see blackbirds in your backyard, and sometimes it does feel like that, doesn't it? When Jeff and I go on our little walks, I told you guys about that app that I have on my phone that shares what birds you're listening to. And every now and again we hear something different, but usually we hear our same old friends over and over again. And we watch the birds like on the telephone poles, and they're so funny. Like sometimes they're all facing the same way. Sometimes there's one guy that just is backwards on the telephone wire. I love it. Anyway, she was talking about seeing the amazing world in which we live in, And she talked about how a cloudy sky can all of a sudden light up to like this most amazing pink. A pink that like you don't know how that pink got there, And you could probably never replicate that pink in a paint. And that made me think about the night before, on the evening before last, so Monday night, Jeff came home, and I can see the front door from my studio. So I just turned my head and to greet him. And there's one of those, those little arch windows. They're kind of a half moon, like this, over my front door, right? And as I looked up at him, I saw the most brilliant sunset through that window. It was oranges and pinks and like this little tiny bit of purple. Oh my gosh, it was so stunning. It was so stunning that I got up because I was working away on something, I don't know. And then I ran upstairs and we live in a cul-de-sac, so I ran to the center of the cul-de-sac to see what I could see when I looked west, and it was just stunning. It was just stunning. So I think the point of her post was to just observe the amazing world that we live in, you know. Just see that. Just see what you can see, you know, and take time to, well, have yourself a time with that grandbaby, Lisa. Anyway, just see what you can see when you're out and about. Just go outside and you'll see all kinds of things that are amazing to look at. Birds and, you know, birds on your fence line, or, I don't know, like my little flowers beginning to grow. That's cool, right? If you looked out your window right now, tell me one cool thing you would see. I am dying to know. See, I know there's something about desert sunsets, isn't there, Nance? I do think I agree. And there's nothing like it, is there? Like, you just, when I see them, I just stand there in awe, you know? But that's just in front of me, that I get to enjoy it. When I was on Sugar Island with my dad at my cousin Lisa's house, I was just talking to Lisa, and I could see my dad from her dining room table where I was sitting. I could see my dad in the living room. And I turned, so I was talking kind of to both of them, and I looked up, and her kitchen window faces the water, and it's, oh my gosh, just beautiful. Anyway, so I happened to look out her kitchen window, and I said, Dad, come and look at the sunset. And so he got up, and we would just, all three of us just stood there and watched it. It was just stunning. And it was that same, you know, oranges and pinks and that little bit of blue that kind of turns into purple. Yes, and then, oh my gosh, Nance, yes, leaves tumbling. There's nothing like them just like falling from the trees, is there? There's nothing like it. Nothing like it. And I will just tell you, here in Arizona, we don't get them. We don't get them. And so when I was at my dad's, I picked so many leaves. I had them in my pockets. I had them in my purse. Then I started to, like, when I went to my cousin Lisa's, then I took Ziploc bags. I took a flat Rubbermaid. I just love leaves. So if you gather a whole bunch of them, you mail them to your friend Anne, and I will make something out of them. So when you gather leaves, I have found, like, put them in a heavy book immediately. Press them in a heavy book immediately. And it doesn't take long, really. I had mine pressing at my dad's for, I don't know, maybe 4 days. And then I transferred them to a big flat Rubbermaid, like the size of like a 9x13 cake pan. I put them all in there and put the lid on, and then brought them all the way home. That was my carry-on. And then once I got home, I submerged them in glycerin, and I did half glycerin, half water in that. So I took them all out of the out of the Rubbermaid, and then I mixed the glycerin and the water in that same Rubbermaid, and now they are soaking it all up on the on my dining room table. And they say to remove the stems as you submerge them in the glycerin, because then that glycerin's going to go right up those stems and right up all those veins. So, how cool is that? How cool is that? So I put them in on Sunday. So I'm thinking like on Friday. I'll take them out on Friday and see what I get. You take them out and pat them dry, and then they're just like leather. They're so supple. And I'm telling you, Nance, the glycerin, I'm telling you, there's amazing things. There's amazing things. And now I'm wondering, like, are there other things that I could put in glycerin? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Now I gotta experiment with from all my walks in the woods, you know? What was the other thing I wanted? Oh, remember we've been talking about the Ordinary and Happy Life, all those different calendars. The one that I just adore is, I love them all, but I really like the morning wake-up songs. And I saw one, and then it reminded me of another song, and so I thought, I want to pick my own morning wake-up song this morning, because I thought about, remember when the Carpenters sing a song? Sing it simple to last the whole life long. Oh, I love that song. I love that song. So I thought, isn't that an amazing song to just have in our heads today? Maybe you find it on Spotify, or I don't know, maybe you buy it. Maybe you do Apple Music, whatever, or Amazon Music, whatever. I just thought, oh my gosh, I love that song. And it's just a nice song. It has nice lyrics. It's just, I was just kind of in the mood for it. Yeah, isn't that the thing, Nance? The period of leaves changing and to peak, and then bare trees is very short-lived. You kind of have to take advantage of it while you have the chance. Because it does, like, all of a sudden, on Sugar Island, we had, like, there were big chunks of the island that were bare leaves. Like, you could see through the trees, which in the summertime you can't see. Okay, so the girl that I follow who said half and half, she said 3 to 4 days. So that's what I'm kind of doing. Because I did it on Sunday afternoon. So I thought, well, if I take them out on Friday, that gives them a little extra time. So 3 to 4 days. And she said when you take them out, like dry them on paper towels, like pat them dry, and then you could press them again. You could press them again so then they're super flat, or you could just leave them as is. But when she did it, so this girl, I'm not kidding, Nancy, it was the coolest thing. She had one that kind of had a ripped, like one of the, I don't know what you call those parts of a leaf, but so like this, right? She had, it was an oak leaf, and one of the parts was ripped right here. So once you put them in that glycerin, Nancy, this whole section, so this was the rip, right? She crocheted the rest of the leaf out with crochet cotton. So it's strong enough with that glycerin that she was able to poke holes and then crochet this whole part of the leaf. It was amazing. It was, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So that's, oh my gosh. I can't wait to, because you know I have a million art ideas to make with leaves. And I thought if I make them, with glycerined leaves, then they should last me a long time. I should be able to make many different kinds of art with those same leaves, right? Hey, Aunt Mer, I'm sure you're already done with lupine. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you are. We were just talking about pressing leaves and preserving them with glycerin. Have you ever done that? I got a bunch of leaves from Sugar Island. I think I talked about it last week, about gathering them all. And so mine are soaking in the glycerin right now. So I'll be able to tell you probably next week how probably in the newsletter, because if it turns out great, you know I'll be shouting it from the mountaintops how amazing my leaves look. I'm so anxious. I am. What was the other thing I wanted to talk to you about? Oh! That's what Nancy said. Hers are flying away too. What was I gonna say? Oh, so another one of those calendars talked about like trying something new every day during a month. And one was try a new snack from the grocery store. I thought, well, that's something we could all do. You know, we could all try a new snack and then we could talk about it next week. What new snack we got. I'm hoping... Oh, eucalyptus and glycerin. Oh. I know, Aunt Mer. Me too. But look at me. I'm so behind, you guys. You're all faster stitchers than I. Whoops. I know, because I don't know what the next design is. Do you know what I mean? I drew 12 of them, but I never know what order they're going to send them or anything. So it's just a surprise for me too. Oh, so if your mom did eucalyptus, I wonder. Yeah, I like snacks too, Aunt Mer. I do. I did, well, it's fall, so you know, there's all the fall ones. I did get at Trader Joe's, I got maple, did I do that the long, I wanted to do it the long way. Did I, let's see. Nope, a little bit. Maple, that's what I want. I think sort of like yogurt. maple sugar coated almonds. Oh my gosh. So delicious. So delicious. And Jeff got me, so this is a crazy thing. So last year at Christmas, I saw an advertisement for Shirley Temple 7-Up. And I was like, oh, that sounds yummy. And then I could not find it for anything. Then, and I really only wanted like one bottle. Because, you know, what if I hated it? I don't know. Well, Jeff found it the other day, and he found a 12-pack, and he bought it. And I thought, oh, please let me like it. Please. He was so sweet to buy it for me. Ooh, it's quite delicious. So if you happen to see it, you might pick it up. But it's apple season, so I'm ready for lots of yummy apples. I was hoping I'd find more unusual ones when I was in the Sioux. I did find pizzazz, which spelled the pizzazz apples was P-A-Z-A-Z-Z. Pizzazz. Those were very good. And what else did I find? I think just a Honeycrisp, blah. Not that I don't like Honeycrisp, I do, but I've been eating them for a long time, so I'm ready for a new something. Do you know what I mean? A new apple. I'm finding I like the ones that aren't super, super sweet. I like the ones that are in between sweet and tart, not all sweet or all tart. Like those, remember those green apples, Aunt Mer, on that tree in front of Graham's house? Holy smokes, those were so sour. But we would climb that tree and pick them and eat them all the time. Okay, so sing a song. That was my song. And then try a new snack. I thought that was a fun one. And here's a good one. Are you ready? How has this year shown you how resilient you are? Oh, I can think of a lot of ways. Because life just tests you, doesn't it? It just tests you. Liquor stores. Oh, Valerie, if you only knew how funny that was. I'm just not a drinker. But I'll look. We do have a hamburger shop here that has like sodas from all over the world. My favorite is Faygo from Michigan. Rock and Rye, to be exact. That's my favorite. So when I go home, I buy Rock and Rye. And now I've started to buy like a 12-pack of it. Because I know my dad likes it too. So then when I leave, there's a little bit left in the fridge for him. Every now and again, I do a kind act. Oh, everybody take a drink. Aunt Mer, did you do your lupine? Did you do them in these colors, or did you pick your own colors? And how about you, Brenda? Did you do your own colors, or did you do the Adornit colors? You most always pick the Adornit colors, but I'm just curious. Because I feel like I want to do shades of purple. I'm kind of feeling that. And I don't even know why. I just am. So Aunt Mara, I was talking about my roadside sunflowers that I just picked these sunflower plants on my way home from Kansas that just grew on the side of the highway in every state. And so I just brought them home and I dried them out, and then I just spread the seeds in the front yard. And they're coming up. They're about 1 inch tall. I'm so excited about it. You always pick the Adornit colors, Bren. You know? I can't wait to for your wrist to be all better. Goodness. I thought like I felt like a... There we go. I just bought a Lucy. Are those the ones that are red? Yes. Those. You know what? I kind of like those Lucy's. I do. You know what? I'm going to Trader Joe's today and see what kind of apples they have. This is the best time of year for all the different apples. I love it. I love it. And now they've created so many different hybrids and stuff. I remember growing up, we would just get Jonathan's, Macintosh. Me too, Aunt Mer. Must run in the family or something. Well, send me a picture, Aunt Mer. I'm dying to see yours. Do you remember last year for Christmas, Jeff got me a box of apples? I was so excited and happy. Oh my gosh. I was so excited and happy. Ooh, I can't wait for you guys to see all the poinsettias that I drew for Adornit. Oh my gosh. I even did a pillowcase design with poinsettias. I hope I can too, Nance. I hope I can find them too. Although, you know what? They always have something. Remember I got those ones that were rave? They were terrible. But at least I tried something new. You know what I mean? And there were only 4. So that's not terrible. Brenda, I just read that. In the ER, they had to manipulate the bone back in place. I was proud of myself to not scream. I would be proud of myself too. Oh my gosh. I bet that was just misery. Oh my goodness. And you're a girl who likes to work with your hands. You do apple blossoms. I don't think I did apples. I don't think I did seeds. Aunt Murra just popped up on my screen that you're a top fan in this group. Yay! Ooh, Valerie, I got Happy Mail. Oh, the poinsettias. Sorry. I have no idea. Nancy, can I tell you? I just draw it and send it. And then wait for them to send me the patterns too. I have no idea. Oh my gosh, I drew so many different kinds of poinsettias. So, I never know what they'll choose, do you know what I mean? It's always a big surprise. I got Happy Mail on Tuesday. I had my thread order from Red Rock Thread. I have a couple more spools coming on Thursday. Oh my gosh. I know. Don't you love it? There's nothing like a thread order. And Red Rock, their shipping is so fast, isn't it? The shipping is so fast. Okay, so the last thing from the calendars from Ordinary and Happy Life that I'll share with you. Oh, it's such a good one, you guys. It's such a good one. So I want you to do it today, and then we'll talk about it next week. A heartwarming story behind an everyday item in a kitchen drawer. So, I have two that I was thinking about. So, we have a bottle opener, you know, this kind. The one that just, you know, pops the cap off a bottle of pop. We have one that we got. It's funny how the things you keep in your kitchen drawers, isn't it? We got for Jeff's brother's 30th birthday when he wanted his birthday in Las Vegas. So we all went to Las Vegas, and my baby was just a baby, and I'm not a gambler. Jeff is. But he got this bucket, and in that bucket was a bottle opener. And we still have it in our kitchen drawer. And the other thing I have is a baby spoon from my childhood, and a baby spoon from my child's childhood. So those, like, oh my gosh, I just love those. I just love those in my kitchen drawer. So look in your kitchen drawers, see what you find. I bet you'll find a spoon or a, you know. My dad has a like a little pot on his windowsill in his kitchen, and in there is a spoon from Graham's house, and another baby spoon, and something else. And can I tell you, I love looking at it every time I go there. It just makes me smile. That's for sure. So I can't wait to hear what is in your kitchen drawers. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you need to go look in your kitchen drawers to see them, or do you just know it? Do you know what I mean? Do you just know what you'd pick just from your memory? Unless you're sitting in your kitchen right now, I don't know. Maybe you're looking through your kitchen drawers right now. You know, Valerie, I've often thought that too. How do I not have every thread? I know. I do have lots of duplicates because I have these colors that I kind of use a lot. And so I have multiples of, there's a green that I have that I use kind of a lot. Anywho. You have your baby spoon? Oh, Brenda, I love that. I love that. Yeah, I have a baby spoon and a baby fork from my childhood, and they are silver, like real silver. and they have a daffodil on them. I just love that. They're so pretty. So maybe I'll dig them out and show them to you guys next week. So I can't wait to hear what's in your kitchen drawers and what has a story. Do you know what I mean? I just thought, I mean, you don't have to share the story, just like that it just evokes the memory of that story in your mind. That's the best part, right? That, you know, you remember feeding that baby with that spoon, or you remember, I don't know, them learning how to use a spoon for the first time, or you remember that trip to Las Vegas. We have a knife that my aunt gave us when we lived in San Francisco. Aunt Dee gave us a Chicago cutlery knife, and we were, oh please, we were poor as church mice back then. So that was like this huge gift, you know, this lovely knife. In a junk drawer, there's always some kind of something in a junk drawer, isn't there? Some kind of like, why am I saving that? But other things like, oh, I remember that. Swear, don't you love that, Valerie? Yes, I know. I loved when cereal boxes, like after you sent so many box tops or whatever, you could, you know, you could get something. My silverware, like my main silverware, I got when I was in college, grocery stores had, like, if you filled a page with stamps, you got a place setting of silverware. So I have my whole set. I mean, some pieces are gone now, for sure, but I still have that silverware, and I remember it so well. I remember collecting stamps from my boyfriend's mom, my friend's moms, my mom. Please, I remember just saving those stamps so I could get that whole set of silverware. And it's nice silverware, like it's nice and heavy, and you know, silverware now, unless you get really nice stuff, they would not give away that nice heavy silverware today. That's for sure. I love that you still have that toddler silverware, Valerie. Is it in your kitchen drawer? So you see it every now and again when you're putting the silverware away from the dishwasher or whatever. I love that. And I loved ordering things from the back of a cereal box. You know what I mean? Like, I loved the anticipation of, like, filling it all out, the little square form, and then mailing it, and then waiting for that prize to arrive. Oh my gosh, I loved that. I loved that. Ooh, I get to move down, you guys. Scoot, scoot, scoot. Yes, you know what? When I was in Canada, I made my dad go to the Canadian grocery store because I wanted to get like some Canadian chocolates for Jeff, and there's a particular cookie that he really likes. They were having something similar. Like, you could order, you could order glassware, I think. And so I earned a sticker. So I kept that sticker because it just kind of evoked that memory, you know, of saving up for, you know, something. Seems like wasn't there like laundry detergent that you could laundry detergent that like sometimes had a glass in it, or like we had glasses from the gas station. Do you remember those Grog BC cartoon? Nancy, Huckleberry Hound silverware. Oh my gosh. Sit in the silverware to remind me of the time. Yes, yes. I love that. I love that, Nance. I hope you still have it. I hope you still have it. One time, this is so funny. I have a cousin who's epileptic, and they lived with us for a little while. She and her mom. And do you remember they used to think that you need to put a spoon in an epileptic's mouth so they didn't swallow their tongue or whatever? Anyway, Teresa was Teresa's my sister. She goes, do you know what I remember when she was having an attack, and so Teresa and we were upstairs in our bedroom, and Rosie, her mom, asked Teresa to run down and get a spoon, and she ran down. She brought up the Tony the Tiger spoon because she thought that was special and it would help our cousin even more. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. What sweet memories, you guys. What sweet memories. I love... Oh. I love that you had a silver... My kids fought over plastic cups and plates from the dog food bag. Yes! Yes! Glasses from the gas station. Yes, I have this spoon. And it's in the drawer. Oh, Nance, I'm so glad it's in your drawer. Yeah, oh, we fought over it all. Yes. Yes. Like so much, Aunt Mer. And you know what's so funny? I was at Uncle Al's house, and he had that grog. Remember, it was like wider at the bottom, and the glass was thick at the bottom of those BC, those grog glasses. Uncle Al had the pitcher, like the pouring pitcher, and I saw it, and it was after Jerry, my brother, passed, and I thought, oh, I want to snap a picture of it and send it to Jerry. And then I had this moment where, like, I caught myself. Then I got tears in my eyes, and Aunt Pauline thought that she made me cry. I was like, no, it's not you at all. It's, you know, just this memory of something that my brother would have, like, he and I sent each other those kind of crazy pictures all the time. Like, look at this crazy thing I saw. Remember we had this, or, you know. His mom has, do you remember there was Kool-Aid and then there was Flavor-Aid growing up? And Flavor-Aid had like different characters than the Kool-Aid guy, and they have one of those plastic cups that every time I go there, I'm like, God, I want to ask Eileen if I can just take that home. I just love it because you know they saved up box tops to send away for that. I just love it. Yeah, I do. I wish they brought those stamps back too. It was just something fun. Now they do that Monopoly game, which I'm like, that's too complicated for me. Just give me something that I just fill the thing. I love all that stuff. Well, it is time to say goodbye. And so I will bid you adieu until next Wednesday, unless you would like to join me tomorrow for Pop-In Paint Party. We're going to do something super fun with our magazine art tomorrow. And then don't forget to open your newsletter. I adore you all, and thank you so much for taking time out of your day to embroider with me and share some funny stories, and look for the Beaver Moon tonight. And I don't know, try a new snack and then tell me about it next week. Because now I'll be looking for new snacks. Maybe there's some new apples at the grocery store. Oh, I have to go to Trader Joe's. That's right, that's right. And listen to the Carpenters sing a song sometime today. I adore you all. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye.